Darkest Hour. So The Darkest Hour is based on a true story of when Winston Churchill was chosen to be the Prime Minister after a war was breaking out with Nazi Germany, and the people lost faith in the Prime Minister and how he was handling the situation to that point, and so Winston Churchill was just thrown into the deep end by coming in to be the Prime Minister at this moment in time. It's a very dark time for Britain, it's a very serious time, and while the majority of the politicians want to try and arrange a peace treaty with Hitler, Winston Churchill is convinced that this will not do them any good and that they need to fight to the very last man. And in a nutshell, that's what the movie's about. I don't want to give away too much because I didn't see the trailer, so I don't know how much the trailer gives away, and I don't want to spoil it for you guys. I'd rather you guys go in blind like I did. You may enjoy the movie experience a bit more like that. I know I do sometimes. And I have to say, although a slow-paced movie, it was a very intriguing movie. It was a very tense movie at certain times. And Gary Oldman as Winston Churchill gives a fantastic performance. Definitely one of his best performances in quite a while. I mean, I didn't really expect anything less of Gary Oldman. He always throws himself into his roles. He's one of the best actors working today. Definitely one of my favourite actors working today. And he does a very good job of embodying Winston Churchill's mannerisms, for the way he talks, the way he moves, how he interacts with certain people, and how sarcastic he can be. I mean, Gary Oldman pretty much nailed everything about this guy. You also got Kristen Scott Thomas as his wife in this movie, who also gives a really good performance, and Lily James as well, who plays his sort of writer, secretary type person. She was really good in the movie as well, and has some really good one-to-one moments with Gary Oldman, which I thought were really well done and very emotional at times as well. And all the rest of the cast all give really good performances as well. No one else really outshines Gary Oldman, who is definitely the star of this movie. I mean, admittedly, it's a movie about Churchill and he's playing Churchill. But like I said, Gary Oldman throws himself into this character and does a really good job portraying Winston Churchill. And obviously, with this being based on a true story, I don't know how much of this is actually true. I don't really research into the sort of stuff that this movie is about. However, I was very invested and interested to see where this was going and what was happening at this moment in time, and how desperate we were as a nation. How a lot of the politicians want to make a peace treaty with Hitler while a lot of the public want to fight to the very last man. It was very interesting to see how the politicians treated Winston Churchill, considering the dark time that they were in at that moment. A lot of the people doubted that he wasn't the right man for the job, while Churchill was trying to convince them that he was, and he was trying to do the best for his nation. He had Britain's best interests at heart when he was making all these decisions, and that conflict made for some really interesting and really tense moments of the film. This movie could be a good companion piece to that of Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk, because there is a moment in this movie which focuses quite a bit on the Dunkirk rescue, and so if you swap between the two, you could see the actual action that was going down on Dunkirk beach, whilst also seeing what the people were trying to do behind the scenes. That's another thing that I really like about this movie, that they don't focus on the whole war element. This is more behind the scenes and how people are trying to deal with this politically. And again, that conflict of some people wanting a peace treaty and some people wanting to fight to the end. And I have to say that that conflict was one of the main driving forces for this film. It definitely kept me invested. It kept me engaged in these characters to see what would happen next. Obviously, with it being based on a true story, you know the outcome by the end. But the movie did a really good job of keeping me engaged in what was happening behind the scenes, of stuff that I hadn't really heard of before. Things that I personally didn't know about, so I was very interested to see how this went down. My only real issue with this movie is it is a very slow-paced movie, and some scenes do drag on just a little bit. However, for the most part, I do think this is a fantastic film that you guys should definitely check out. Gary Oldman giving a fantastic performance, the rest of the cast all doing a really good job as well. It was well directed, the score was pretty good, and it was an interesting and engaging story that kept me interested in what was happening. And I've also paced in a few scenes that do drag on, and a few moments where I checked my phone to see how long the movie had left, which you shouldn't really be doing in a film. I do think it is a very good film that you should check out if you like war movies or political movies. It's kind of a mixture of both. One, it doesn't focus on the war element, it's more behind the scenes of the war. If you like those movies, I feel like you might get a kick out of this one. I definitely enjoyed it, and so for all those reasons, I'm going to give Darkest Hour 4 stars. So, Darkest Hour, have you guys seen it yet? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. If you want to see more videos just like this one, then subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks again for watching. You guys are awesome, and I will see you all in the next video.